Oh, Angus.
Whoops!
Oh,
Whoopsie
Anguloid.
daisy! I ended the broadcast trying to exit StreamYard from my phone. Oh boy, that was
The big red button, boy. Yeah, who's the
Yeah.
boomer now? Who's the boomer now,
yeah.
Angus?
Wow.
Hey, at least I recuperated really, very quickly.
You have now earned the title.
I should go get going pretty soon. Maybe like 10 or 15 minutes.
That's
Is that
fine.
okay?
If you
cool.
be,
Yep.
you could be dumb and keep going.
That's cool.
How late did you guys go? Just until you stop?
Until we
Yeah,
stop.
usually
It's-
2 hours minimum. Usually.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, but yeah, with the setup, because Ricky was like, "Oh, I don't like his setup because it's like an angle and whatever."
When I say I don't like it, I just said you just looked small. You look tiny.
Far away.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm trying to show off like a cool little studio, I guess.
I guess that's
Uh,
true. I'm
but
really
also
trying to
the
show off
problem
my
is-
room, so.
The problem too is I have the camera angled just right because if I turn it, there's a fucking door, and then there's like
Okay.
a kitchen door.
But if you
And
zoom
so-
in, so we don't see the top of the wall, it'll look like you're in the big room, like not there, but the way you had it. But make sure the top isn't showing. The way it looks like you're like just in a green room. You know what I'm saying? Like that down a little, something like that. No, because we can still see the top.
It doesn't matter.
Ah,
Whatever to me.
it would look like a totally different room if you angle it down a little bit, which you need
Yeah.
to do, in my opinion.
Like from a top-down angle to
Yeah, just
get them. Yeah.
get that
Well,
corner.
the
out.
other poster I had was Dave Finch, Savage Avengers, and so you couldn't see like half of the poster, so that's why. I
So
had it.
what? Okay,
Well, because
Yeah.
I don't know. It's my pet peeve.
it's a cool looking room. It is. I just think you need to zoom in a way to get the wood off the sides of the frame. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
It's a
not
cool
tech
looking
savvy.
room.
I'm lucky to have connected the camera at all. So
I
that's where
guess
I'm at.
so. Yeah, congrats on that. Yes. Mhm. Yeah, see, and me on the other hand, I literally have I don't have any room in my room to have like a setup. So I literally have a fold out table that I put and a chair that I bring in from the other room and a light from the other room. And I don't have a background that I'm not, there's no like wall space I can be near that works because where the
Well-
window is, where the door is, where the closet is, just doesn't work. So
We're all faking it, faking the funk as best we can. Well,
Do you
it's
drink
got
at
nice
all?
room. Yeah. Do you?
Well, do you like beer, ale, stuff like that?
I like mixed drinks. Like I have this right now. And this. Just Mike's hard. Nothing special.
Well, so this is up in New York. I'm in Ohio, so this was just I'm like, ooh, cool thing at my
You're in Ohio.
liquor
Okay.
store. And so if any of y'all are in New York, if this is more local, it's called Ellicottville Brewing Company Blueberry Wheat Ale. And dear God, is it tasty.
Nice.
Hmm.
Because it says you're in New Mexico on here. Okay.
Oh no, that's a little Easter egg because Meth Gator Breaking Bad is in Albuquerque. That's
Oh,
that's the
okay.
association. That's why I put Albuquerque.
So are you poisoned from the Ohio train leak?
No, I'm in the Columbus area, so I mean technically wind patterns I might be in the path of that and have residuals, but it's not the immediate area. That's like around Cleveland. It's like by the lake.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm central.
good.
Curtis says I like the wood.
All right.
Well,
I'm sure.
good. It's good to know I'm in like-minded company.
Hey, so do I.
Second Street says supposed to have a camera angle down to show off your cleavage. And just show us the milk makers.
of course.
You're asking earlier, Sheila, about like do I review steaks as a joke, or whatever. But no, when I was a kid, like, and I still am obsessed with AC/DC. Angus is the lead guitarist, so that's like my normal profile
Oh.
image, like on my
And there's
channel.
also it's beef.
And so when I was a kid playing guitar, my goal was I wanted to be a Black Angus Young. And so when I made the channel to have to, if I wanted to comment on YouTube, I was like, what do I call myself? I was like, Black Angus. And then, I'm going to make a channel. Like, I don't want to pigeonhole myself, just be the Star Wars, blah, 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 you know? So I'm
Right.
like, Black Angus Reviews. So it's like, Black Angus reviews things. Like,
That works. Cool.
so the name does not limit me. Unlike Drunk 3PO, you go to his channel, you're not going to expect something more than Star Wars. Even if you get more, it's like, oh, cool, I guess. But like, you're there for Star Wars. That's going to be like the instant association. Rookie Critic kind of got the same charm of like, he's critical, but it could be about anything. And he's a rookie. So he's got a noob take.
That Star Wars
Yeah.
girl kind of managed to overcome her name. That's
Right. But I mean, that was, I would say, her pigeonhole for a long time.
A little bit. It takes a while to build up the stuff to get out of it, I suppose. Yeah, mine, believe it or not, was do you know this? Do you know the Nostalgia Critic?
Why did you say that name?
Because it's funny to tell. With
It sounds familiar.
He's like the wacky Channel Awesome guy with the glasses or whatever. He was around on YouTube really long time, where all the older viewers were before the newer people, I suppose. But he's always the I remember it, so you don't have to. And
yeah, I remember. Yeah,
like so when I first discovered YouTube videos and movie reviews, the first people I saw were him and Chris Stuckman. They're very opposite of each other in style. One's very bland, the other one's very they have a whole skit that they do with their reviews all the time. And so when I was first thinking of a channel, I was like, okay, well, I'm new at doing stuff. I'm the rookie, so what should I do with movies though? And then I was like, I don't know, just a Nostalgia Critic does movies. I'll be a critic, so the rookie critic. And then I had my own stupid slogan for the first 20 videos I did, where I'm like, I don't have a slogan yet, so I'll come up with one later or something. It's so stupid.
I never started coming up with that kind of stuff. I think it's cool when people do that. Like Soldier Spirit's good at that. He has a little drop the G and you'll find me.
Yeah, like their little catchphrase that they end up doing with those stuff. Yeah, it's hard to come up with one.
Professional.
Mine's just I'm the future feature film director. That's close as I can get to something.
It does stick. I like catchphrases, honestly.
The only thing I've come
for sure you can go. He's no.
Yeah, the only thing I came up with was Angus of Color, because of wokeism, people of color, Black Angus. So that's just a little tongue in cheek, mocking the SJWs. Because
that's always fun.
You try to be like, "Fuck you, you cis right wing radical Nazi." It's like, oh, I'm black, so fuck you.
We love faux racism around here.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, I want to show you this cute little video.
Kittens?
It is a kitten video.
Yay.
There we go. Scroll down.
I'm so happy.
This is adorable. And ironically, I just saved this in my bookmarks because I'm like, a cute kitten. And then it's this girl kept popping up in my feed of For You. And she's I guess a Twitch chick and has fit mommy cat girl posts.
Really?
While he's getting that, I'll show you my cat chewing on a dental toothbrush thing from my sister's job.
As opposed to an anal toothbrush.
Yes, he's got the crazy with that.
Got the zoomies.
Yes.
I like that he specified dental toothbrush. It's
yeah, these days people are insane.
You never know. They go other places.
That is what happens. And now she rubs. She likes the toothbrush thing. They do the
on the whiskers.
The rub. Yeah.
How cute.
So you can pretend to brush the teeth of the kitty.
Cute. What's the name of that one?
Chica.
Chica.
It's short for Chikorita, but Chica for short. So.
Oh my god, this kitten looks terrified already.
Yes.
Not cool.
He's on the bed spot.
I don't know if it's terrified or if it loves it.
No, it makes me sad.
He's trying to hang on, so it looks like he likes it.
Looks like they stuck it.
Sad kitty.
It just looks, that made me sad. I don't like that.
It should be more fun, yes.
No, I just think a lot of kitties are abused in videos. It's kind of.
Yeah. True. I do wonder about that too. That's what sucks with the.
They drug them.
Sometimes is that
they drug them.
Wow.
They do.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to tell what's a real video sometimes these days. And then you wonder, it's well, why is there a camera here, or what happened prior to?
Well, if they found a kitten on the side of the road that's fake.
Really?
There's a lot of videos like that. Oh my god, this little kitten! I just found it. Meow meow. No, they just put it there. I mean, I had kittens. A pregnant cat showed up, and she had her babies in my closet. And I was like, I could make fake TikTok videos and pretend I found it in a dumpster or something. No, just go put it in a dumpster and be like, oh my god, there's a kitten in a dumpster. And then
that's the mindset people have now.
And then raise the kitten and everybody be following the kitten's progress and shit that I found in the dumpster. That's fucked up, but that's what people do. I didn't do that though. I was like, oh, it's a pregnant kitty.
It sucks that that's the mindset people think of. They're like, how can I turn this into a lot of views people would watch? And it's
it'd be easy, but
yeah.
Speaking of views, Have you seen this, Sheila, going around?
Yeah, I did.
Let's get your
thing
thoughts
that all
on it.
these women have going on. I mean, I don't knock women for feeling proud and for wanting to have, that girl power and holding things over him. But no, you've got to give it up, ladies. I please my man in every way, all the ways. Wake him up. He gets to nut. Before he leaves out the door, he's leaving empty nuts. At work, I am calling him like, come outside, it's your lunch break. It's time for you to get your nut off. When he gets home, he's getting fed. He is getting another nut and one before bed or two if he's lucky. That's it. That's the secret. I make sure that my man
leaving no room for him to ever
6
cheat
or
on
7
her.
times.
2 times.
No, that's the secret to kill your man. I like some of the comments below because I did see this where he's like
really good
all sucked up and stuff. Like, yeah, he's gonna be dead, dude. You cannot do that to him.
Me when she's trying to come get my 5th nut out of me.
Yeah, right. The comments are amazing, dude.
I can't handle it anymore. No.
The like face you make when you've busted 8 times, she says, "It's time for your pre-dinner nut." He's like,
no. That is insane. She's insane, dude. And one of the women was like, "So what if he leaves the house with a full nut, with his nuts full? What happens then? Are you afraid he's going to cheat on you?"
He's going to go chase him down.
Is that insecure?
Asking for the sauce. Yeah, this feels rewatching. It's like really analyzing. It's like this sounds like which I don't like to when I see people talk about like, oh, a girl's a lesbian. It's like, oh, she must have been abused. It's like I don't like that we go to that assessment right away. But I wonder with this if like, oh, this is my secret to like keep it like. It sounds like maybe she, if not abused as a kid, that she just had a really bad relationship that scarred her, where it's like she didn't. He blames her for not giving up enough or something, so then she's like desperate to like hold on.
Seems weird, but no guy even wants that.
It's like what if this guy like he wants to leave, but he's too weak after getting nutted 7 times a day. He's just like
even on his lunch break, he's like, "Bitch, get away from me! I'm trying to eat lunch."
It's like,
I'm
why
trying
don't you
to
run away from her.
I need time away from you.
She knocks my energy out every time. I'm too tired.
He sounds like a prisoner, dude. It sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, it's like
him on lunch break when he gets the text that she's
like
outside.
It's like some reverse dominatrix thing or something. That sounds like it's just
instead of they're dehydrated.
Yep.
Oh, the lion one is great. Me trying to go to bed after only busting 4 nuts that day. Look how beaten down that.
Oh, the poor guy.
It's like that news, like, yes, dear.
He said after lunch or during lunch and after work is when I want to be alone.
She comes to work to get a nut, I guess, in the car. So it's just like, Jesus Christ, it's
weird. It's not healthy.
Yeah, this doesn't sound healthy. Like, I don't want it. Like, yeah, women are crazy. I think you could agree, Sheila.
I've never heard anyone that crazy. I'm not crazy like that. Like,
I'm just saying, like, as a base level template,
they have different varieties of crazy. Yeah, that's a different one.
Yes, but it's implicit to it's regardless to some degree. You should expect it, and that keeps things interesting. Like, y'all start drama for no reason sometimes, and that's like that's implicit in your half of the species. It's evolved for some reason, and it's probably just to like test the mate, and it's like, oh, you don't pass my arbitrary test, so I'll get a better mate. Like, that's probably the implicit evolutionary cause of that. But
probably.
Yeah, it's like you need some conflict. Like, if too much of a good thing is not good, it gets stale. You get tired of it. Yeah. Like, you need, and so
he would go have an emotional affair. Is what he would do. He'd go find it.
Yeah, if not actually,
like, can I just talk to a woman that doesn't want to do things to me? Like,
he'd find the most blandest chick out there. Yeah, the most mundane. He'd go the opposite direction with it.
It sounds so superficial, honestly, where it's like that's all they have is sex. It sounds like this one plot of. I can't remember what movie it is. It might have been Rainmaker or something where it's like, oh, we're having problems and he's abusive or whatever. He's trying to be better. So like he's trying to have sex all the time to like try to cement the relationship or something and make it happy. And that's like his fix all, and it's like, that just doesn't sound good. You need some like marital conflict is natural and you grow through it. Generally, maybe not today's world where everyone just like quits easy, but that's just historically how things work. And you need that. You need the highs and lows. And like, if I'm just on a high all the time, then like that gets boring. It's like communism. If we could evenly distribute everything, we're all happy. we'd be fucking like if God, the template of Garden of Eden, if we were just born as robots where everything's good and happy, no strife, that'd be fucking boring.
Yeah,
Like
there's
the
literally
goal of heaven sounds awful. It sounds like hell because you're just doing.
There's
worship
literally
all
a
day.
Twilight Zone episode where this guy he's in heaven and everything's going great. He's winning all gambling and whatever, getting drinks, women, everything. But after like a month, he just tries to lose, but he can't, and he's trying to get away from people, but they won't leave him alone. And it's just like it turns out he's in hell, and it's like yeah, having everything go perfectly for you all the time is awful because there's nothing to strive for, and it's just not interesting. Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
Well, honestly, this sounds, even though this is like, oh, I satisfy my man. So it's like, oh, what opposite compared to all these hoes that come on like the whatever podcasts that are just so self-absorbed and still expect like all the entitlements of traditional mate roles.
She is different than the normal ones.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this at first it might sound attractive, guy, but then it's like, this is just as bland.
It's a different form of messed up.
This is the same problem of like, what do you have to offer besides your hole?
Yeah, well, at first, when she first started, I was like, "Oh, this makes enough sense. Okay, you can start in the day, take care of the man, all right." But then she does it again and again and again and again. Like, well, okay,
it's like for how long during the honeymoon phase? Maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a once or twice a day thing that she was going with, but no.
Right. Honestly, the sex would get boring too. No matter how good it was, at some point you just. Same old. Oh yeah, got her again.
It'd be like a job. There's no.
And if it's on a schedule like that, you're sick of that bitch.
It's like it'd be like a job. You'd just be like, "All right, here we go again."
He's gonna start making excuses. I'm really tired today, babe. He's
deranged lunatic says, "Where was this woman when I needed her?"
Well, it sounds like she would do good at a job where that's what she does.
Yeah, as a job.
She should work at the Bunny Ranch in was it Reno?
She's on a schedule. Even she's been making good money.
She'd be the manager, probably. She'd be the one running the things. Like you ladies aren't doing it. You only hit 5 today,
right?
I'm waiting for this like evolution. Like if you watch like history of porn documentaries, there's like usually 2 stories with women. There's either like the sluts that like I like this is fun, or there's like the using the excuse of like drugs or abuse ran away, and so she got into porn, made easy money, but then she hates herself because she does porn, so she does drugs, then she finds God, finds some cuck to be her husband even though she's fucked like 500 guys, and pretends that she's happy, and she's a anti-porn like advocate because of her sob story. But this sounds like there's usually never a middle ground, at least the way they show these documentaries. But I would like to see that evolution in a scenario like the movie Taken, where it's like, oh, we're gonna throw your daughter in like a whorehouse and drug her up until we use her up, and get our pay off of her to fund our drugs and whatnot. And I'd like to see some like more developed stories like, oh no, they didn't force me. Like someone's like, oh, we gotta free you, lady, from the sex slaves. Like, no, I want to be here. Like I love it.
God, that'd be interesting.
Finally, different guys. I had a husband and it was boring, and now I get to fuck all.
Wait, that could make a good porno
men.
too. Make a good. That could be.
I've told Rookie he needs to look into porn to break into the film industry. That's how a lot of people. Axel Braun, get on his staff, Rookie. Get on Axel Braun's staff.
You can start out in porn, directly.
That's a good point, I suppose. Yeah, but
I just saw a video on Reddit where it's like, they got like some camera guy over, and there's a guy behind her shoving her legs while it looks like she's really taking the pound town on the camera. It's actually just some guy shaking her for that scene. It's all like sure there's penetration, but half of it's manufactured for the camera.
It's funny because I just saw the opposite the other day that somebody was sharing for a little bit of like, oh, these girls are surviving an earthquake together, and they're
holding hands like that.
Forward. Yeah, they're
I saw that.
And then it's like, oh, just don't pan out all the way, okay? Or
they had fake like scaffolding falling down and shit. Yeah. They were just getting fucked.
This crippled girl. Oh, these guys helped her out of her wheelchair and put her in their van and gave her $100 and helped her out through her financial issues. And then
I like that. That's funny.
And then they chloroform her, and then
that's hilarious.
Like, oh.
Curtis is totally opposite of our take. He's like, you ain't convincing me. I've never been bored with women. Women get bored of me. If she don't do that, I'm happy. Truth be told, I'm tired of gold digging, time wasting whores.
Okay. Fair enough.
I get that, but again, too much of a good thing is fucking boring. It's like, oh boy, I won the lottery again.
You gotta learn moderation, or you gotta learn. Yeah, you gotta learn to.
Even Forrest Gump, with all of his sad shit, despite his optimism, it's like, I went to the White House again and I saw the president. Like he's like, fuck, man, like he's doing this shit again. Brett Favre, one of the gods of football. He's like, yeah, I won the Super Bowl. And he's only in the league for 4 years. And he's like, yeah, I won Super Bowl. I'm, been MVP. It's like, what else is there to do? And it's kind of crazy when you see him say that, because like this dude played like 20 years unbroken, like never missed a game for like 20 years. But his actual mindset was like, I already done everything. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing anymore.
You kind of think about that with like superheroes in the movies. It's like, okay, so they saved the world like this many times or these things. And it's like, so what are they going to do now? Like, gonna go work at fast food, or they're gonna get a job? Like, just what else can they do? They've done the fulfillment, and then there's the rest of their life they got to deal with.
I want something like that, like kind of how Dr. Manhattan and Ozymandias have these like very interesting super level powers, and then they're kind of just like totally outside of like, do I really need to like save the world? Like, this is beneath me. This is just repetitive. Like, I feel like someone like Superman would be, not that like you have like the Red Sun story or Homelander, but like just have Superman, and then like he just goes back to like, I'm fucking bored. I'm just going to create chaos. I'm just going to roll the dice, like, let's just change it up.
So today I'll save this country. Tomorrow I'll destroy that country. I'll push the moon away from the earth, see what happens. Okay, never mind. I'll bring it back. Okay. Just see what he does.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Curtis, this is not you want a family, that's good, but like, what that woman's selling is not what you do not want. That's awful. I had a girlfriend, and at first I'm like, oh boy, awesome, and then it's like after like a week, it's like, fuck, there's nothing like, and you need some kind of conflict or controversy, some sort of like, we're different, and there's like, we're not like robots with each other. Because like everything, I'm like, oh yeah, I really like this movie, blah blah, or whatever I'm into.
It was going too good.
Oh yeah, me too. And it's just like, what's different? I'm just dating the mirror.
Well, that's weird. Yeah. She should have her own opinions and dislikes.
Right. You need some contrast. That's what I'm trying to say about this woman. Like, this is not healthy. Like, I would not want that power over someone like that.
Right. Yeah.
No, you need to leave. Tired.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on.
What should we be expecting from you in the meantime? Any upcoming streams to check out? CG Menace?
I think I'm going to be on tomorrow. Friday, I'm going to be on Ryan's. You know who Ryan is? Not the one that was in here today, but the military one from Soldier Spirits streams.
Oh, what is that? Was
Legion.
Legion. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be on his Friday. I don't know. I think it's 10:30. I don't know. I don't even know what time. He's got a show. It's my first time being on there. Saturday, okay. I think I'm going to be on Soldier Spirits Vets Talking at 7 p.m.
Yeah, I saw he has the guest, but I can't remember who it was. The mainline guest.
I think it's going to be ETIP, maybe. Maybe ETIP.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm not sure.
Deranged says, cool. Sheila's man must be the luckiest guy in the world.
Well, thanks. I don't have one, but thank you. Not currently.
There you go. He's so lucky. He's out of there. Screw
you. What do you know, asshole?
Took that and turned it on its head.
I'll go cry myself to sleep again.
Oh my God. Don't do that. You're making me feel bad.
No, I'm single. I don't date. I haven't been dating. I'm considering getting on a dating app. I've never done that before, so I might go do that.
I've been on there. If you've ever heard, no.
Yeah, just avoid that.
Be careful with the people you talk to.
But I'm a woman. It's gonna be different for me than it is for you.
No, you're gonna get a sausage fest, right? Sure, but like, is any of it worth it?
I don't know yet.
It's a tough one. I had a girl that tried to trap me into getting her pregnant. But
I won't be doing that.
But I denied the stuff, so I was like, no.
Well, weird. I don't have to worry about that. I can't get anyone pregnant.
Yeah, well, of course. But
I would say if you want something more meaningful, I would like you gotta have mommy friends or something. Someone.
I'm a shut-in, dude. I'm a shut-in.
Oh.
I'm not gonna meet anybody if I'm shut-in talking to you guys on the internet.
Okay.
All
right. You don't have mommy friends like play date shit that like someone knows someone.
Well, they have.
I would say you got so much more advantage being a woman in the dating sphere, it's a lot easier for you. So I would say
Yeah.
rely on like real connections to meet someone instead
they
of
did
like
it in the
the
old
fucking
days.
sausage fest of dating apps. So you're just gonna get lots of like, hey, what's up? Maybe dick pics, and then like it's just not
It's gonna
meaningful.
be
It's not
annoying.
substantive.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be wasting your time filtering through. You will fall in the trap that women in the dating sphere on TikTok and stuff are like, oh, guys don't get how hard it is for women because they get such selection, and it's like, yeah, that's great for you. You have the pick of the litter just being a woman, but then you get the block of like when you're on Netflix, what am I going to watch? There's a million things
Just
to click
browsing
on.
and browsing.
And so you're never going to choose. Like, let's.
Well, it's either all of them or the none that I'm currently browsing.
Now, I would say actually reach out to your friend. Let them blind date you.
Try to be organic.
They did that in
Yeah.
the old. They did that in the old before the internet. They'd be like, "Oh, we know somebody, Jimmy from down the street. He works over there, and you meet at
Mhm.
dinner here, and then you meet at their house or something on mutual ground." Yeah,
I'll see if I can try that out.
I would say the problem with dating online today, with especially the apps and the swiping, it's superficial. So you get a lot of superficial swipes. They're not even going to read your profile, whatever effort you put in to actually try to start a thread of bonding, and also we've been conditioned with this for like a decade, give or take, or more, and versus like something more in depth. That's really like we're so accustomed to like internet interactions, and so there's just like a filter that there's a video we shared, me and Ricky shared earlier about this one. She's like, I did the work on the dates. I paid for the premium Bumble, and I would set up like dates, and the guys knew I had dates. It wasn't like she was hooking up, but she was just like systematically dating guys, and she'd go through a tier system. She's like, you don't know how many guys can't get past texting. I'm like, all right, we're cool with like our text. Now call me. And somebody won't call her because like the internet has influenced communication. That's why I say go organic. However awkward it'll be, go organic because it's going to be more meaningful.
Okay, thanks for the advice. All right, well, thank you for having me on, you guys.
Yeah,
good seeing you.
Have a good night.
No problem. Appreciate
it. You too. Thanks for coming by.
Bye-bye.
All right, let me share the link to her channel so people can go. I should have added that to the description.
You should.
I've been busy. I had to go to the shoe store. I had to buy new sandals, man. I'm a busy guy.
You can go to the shoe store. Mm-hmm. Sure. Unlikely excuse.
Dude, excuse. These are new, buddy. Look how new that tread is. It's one day.
See, the way I do it is when I go to buy shoes, I buy like 4 or 5 pairs of shoes. So I don't have to
George Costanza.
So I don't have to get new shoes for like 2 years. I can just,
2 years.
I don't know how long sometimes they have different wear and tear. 5 pairs of shoes, how much is that going to go through? Depending on when I walk to work, am at work, if I were to do yard work, whatever, like you might have different wear and tear. So all I'm saying.
All right, here is, I'll add this to the description too, but here is Sheila's channel. Go subscribe to her. Be prepared for whatever. And she shares like AI art. Maybe she'll do live streams, but
probably a lot of AI art lately. I think I've been seeing. I don't know on her channel, but on her Twitter, she'll share AI art stuff.
Right. And Curtis, if you want to jump in, it's been a while since we've talked, so let me share the link in the chat. Anyone popping in? What's your complaint? What's your gripe? What are you excited about? Let us know. Jump in, hang out with us. Ricky. Oh wait, I didn't realize I was still sharing the fucking Twitter. We got stuck on the nut talk of that lady.
Sorry. Yeah. Here, I'll get you out of there.
There you go.
Sorry, I was catching up on the Phantom Collective posting. I would have just taken that out.
That's not important.
Shut the fuck up, being Brack Angus.
Brackety Angus. Timber Pros last week.
Yeah, we just saw.
Yeah, Timberlands. So I got like some, I think they're like German, but we have a boot truck because I work at a factory. So we get a yearly stipend, like $150 for new work boots. And mine, first ones I got were Timberlands. I still got them. I think I threw away the other pair, but I bought a second one. And then I got this pair with like inbuilt Met guards. So you need steel toes at pretty much any factory job, but ours requires Met guards, metatarsal guards. So it's like pretty cool, but they're really bulky. So
that's good.
Well, next week I'll get new boots. But yeah, work boots. My job isn't so like when I was in construction, I tore up my boots really easy because half of it was like new buildings with like gravel or mud. We don't even have like a floor poured yet.
Yeah, well, you had me watch Prisoners yesterday, which was a very good freaking movie. I recommend checking that puppy out. I'll have a video on that out probably next week. I recorded it today, but I'll post it next week. I also watched John Wick 4 last weekend, and I'm probably in a minority thinking it was kind of shit, but the whole franchise isn't that great anyway, to be honest.
Sheila is
cool.
single. What a crime. Well, she is in, if I gather from her conversation, she's in Arizona, or at least from there. So hit her up in the DMs. What is up, Curtis?
What's up?
You know who you look like? I just realized who you look like. You look kind of like Adrian Brody from The Pianist.
I get that one, yeah. Yeah, I get that one a lot. Once I get the hair longer, I'll look like John Wick.
Oh, is that what you're going for?
You shouldn't, as long as you don't go for the guy who plays the Riddler in the Batman or the Prisoners. Like, as long as you don't go for that.
For what? For
Prisoners.
For the Riddler?
Yeah, the guy who played the Riddler with the hair or whatever is like all long over. I just saw the Prisoners, and that same actor's in there, so it's on my head.
I don't think that's why I was interested. So this is Prisoners.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I introduced the Rookie the Critic to it yesterday because I'm a big. Initially, it was we were going to do a playoff. So what we do sometimes when we and him hang out on the phone watching movies is sometimes we'll do a playoff, but there's a little catch to it. All right, so you do the initial coin toss on Google. I do it on Google, so it's hopefully completely fair. And so that is all right. So we each pick 2 movies for a 4-movie bracket. All right. So then whoever wins the first toss gets their tier, their set of movies. But I could win the second toss and pick the other film in that tier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you do it. But Rookie is like, actually, you just pick. And I'm like, ooh, okay, let's watch Sicario. I'm like, wait. We'll do 2 Denis Villeneuve movies. We'll either watch Prisoners or Sicario. And we ended up picking Prisoners. And I didn't know Ricky would appreciate it so much. I figured it'd be like typical. I fucking love this, the depth of it. And he's like, yeah, it was good, but whatever. Like,
no, fucking really, man. I loved it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
he said he thought I was gonna hate it or not like it.
No,
much, but
I just thought it'd be underwhelming. I'm just like, what really wows good. This guy? You never know what's going to wow Rookie.
Yeah, I know. I'm a tough one to crack sometimes.
So it was $46 million. Made 120. So pretty much made its money back even.
It's that one and The Illusionist.
Yes. No, not the. You mean The Prestige?
The Prestige.
Is the one with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale.
Oh wait, so maybe I haven't seen Prisoners. Yeah, I'm thinking of The Prestige.
Prisoners is
because that looks like The Prestige almost.
Yeah, Prisoners is Hugh Jackman and Terrence Howard. They're friends in this neighborhood in Pennsylvania. They're having like Thanksgiving dinner or something like that. He killed a deer to start the movie. So they're eating that for this dinner. Their kids are friends. His older son is friends with his older daughter. And the girls play on this RV and they're like, no, get off that. And so then like, or whatever. After the dinner, they're like, hey, where's the girls? Like, they probably went to our house. So go check the house. They're not there. And they look everywhere. Can't find them. They're missing. They call the cops. And the son remembers the RV. They end up finding the RV. Paul Dano's in it, the Riddler from the Batman. And he's retarded. Yeah, he's retarded. He's like got the IQ of a 10-year-old. And so the whole movie is Jake Gyllenhaal is the cop, the detective trying to like solve the case. He's never lost a case that's come on his desk. And Hugh Jackman thinks Paul Dano did it. So him and Terrence are beating the fuck out of this guy, torturing him, trying to get him to spill where the kids are. And it's this big moral quandary film. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
Hugh
really
Jackman, you think he's intense in Logan? No, this is probably his most intense role.
He's especially as like a father.
Sounds like I like it.
As a father perspective and how intense he gets, what he's going to do is so good. So good.
Yeah.
Sick.
And there is this like undercurrent of you could call it wokeism or whatever, because there's like this, I would say, at least negative view of classic American Christianism with Hugh Jackman's character. He's sort of a doomsday prepper. He's a carpenter. He's
Okay.
all about God. God's all over the place in their house and in their dialogue. And that kind of informs his sense of justice, it seems. And Jake Gyllenhaal is called Professor Detective Loki. He's got some sort of like pagan ring or Freemason ring. I can't tell. And then he's got like some, I think, zodiac tattoos on his fingers. He's got some sort of tattoo on his neck. There's an illusion that he has been molested in the boys' home by a priest. And he's kind of the hero of the film. And yeah, it's fucking good.
Did you guys watch Andor yet?
One episode.
Dude, I love it.
We watch so many shows at a time. We still need to get through Breaking Bad before they remove that off.
And Game of Thrones.
And Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're making our rounds.
I binge watched everything pretty much live action. Yeah, I'm just gonna say real quick, I'm pretty satisfied actually, surprisingly enough, with Mando, even Boba Fett. I was like, it wasn't amazing, but I was happy with it. But then Andor, holy crap, that's the best shit for me. That's like my favorite. I can't wait for season 2. I could care less about Mando now. Like, that's how much I actually.
I've been making Rookie catch up on Mando. So we're in a weird state. So he's seen everything except the newest episode of season 3, and he's like a fourth of the way through season 2. He knows the ending of season 2, but he doesn't know all the tidbits. And he's seen Boba Fett, so he's like got this like 6-episode chunk he's got to get through of Mando.
Yeah, I was just gonna start Mando, and then I was like, wait, where's all this missing stuff they're showing me? So I'm like, oh, must be in Boba. Yeah. So I went and just watched. I'm like, whatever, I'll just watch it. Yeah, I was okay with that. The only one I haven't watched is Kenobi, because I watched the Patterson fan edit film, and I like that. So I was like, I don't need to watch it.
Well, so it's the Patterson one.
Yeah, there's a fan edit. It's like 2 hours and 30 minutes long.
Is that a fan edit or a fan film?
It's a fan edit, and it was all free online. So
an edit of it. Okay.
I mean, I have Disney Plus anyways through my parents, but now I wanted it as a movie, so I'm like, shit, I'm gonna watch it as a movie if I can. And I was happy with it.
I could see them doing an edit that makes it not as awful. I feel like Kenobi is probably the worst of the shows. Then Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian, and then Andor. I guess Andor being the best.
I like Mando still, but I think season 1 was the best. Season 3, I don't know where to put it yet. I definitely feel like it's higher quality than season 2. That's what my problem was with season 2. I'm like, oh, here it comes. Now they're just gonna start slacking off. But it's been on and off. So, I'm telling you, Andor was sick.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Andor. So far, out of all the Mando episodes, I like episode 3 of season 3 the best. Like focusing on that one character from like season 1 of Mando, the cloning guy. Focusing on him, that seems the most interesting.
Oh yeah, I like that too.
The format, I like that too, because it's not just when's the next action scene.
Honestly, that's kind of what Andor's like. It's a lot more like the inner working stuff. It's just so cool. I'm like, wow, I really feel like the universe.
I'm so tired of Mando, honestly.
Are you caught up with season 3 so far, Curtis?
I think I fell asleep last night on the last episode.
Okay,
but
Rickie's probably thinking, "Oh, that's the quality." It's probably because you're tired, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I was just really tired. I was surprised it was even there. I'm like, "Oh shit, there's a new one."
So, you fall asleep during stuff that you like, so I mean that's not unheard of.
This episode is it's a pretty good, I would say, catch-all. Like I feel like there's like episode 3 really pissed people off because it's
I did finish it. I did finish it.
Yeah, I watched it. I haven't finished episode 5, not because I fell asleep, but because I watched it on my lunch break, and so I only had so much time to watch it, so I haven't finished it.
Yeah, no, I think they're heading in a pretty decent direction with it. It's just a little bit, now that I've seen Andor, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of better, to me. Just because it's like more down to earth.
I feel like they create they create more tense scenes in the Andor style, if that's if that's what it's like, based on the first episode and episode 3 of Mandalorian. They're
Oh, yeah.
creating intense scenes
like
without
Breaking Bad of Star
there
Wars.
being pew 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 stuff, and we got to do this thing. It's like, no, it seems like it's trying to like just let's watch them go to work. Let's watch this character do this job. Let's watch them interact like this and see what happens.
I didn't see any TIE fighters, Rookie. It's boring.
The beginning, it's
No,
funny.
there is. There is a
I
lot
was
of
watching-
good action in it too.
Well, it's funny. I was watching somebody's review of it, and they were talking about the beginning with like the TIE fighter fight, and I'm like, I don't remember that at all. Like, I just the episode 3 was the parts that didn't have Mando in it episode. It's how I have that in my head.
Oh,
'Cause
you're still talking about Mando.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Andor for a second, but
Oh no, I've only seen the one episode.
You were
so
talking about the
far.
reviews.
Right.
Okay.
No, I was saying only one that I saw. I was looking at a review of Mando episode 3. I think of Mahler's one, and they're showing the beginning with TIE fighter fight, and I'm like, there's a TIE fighter fight, huh? Whatever. My brain just totally just logged that as whatever. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
we've
it's-
gotten to the point where it's like, oh, here's action in a show. Oh, people and plot and drama. Okay,
Yes,
then we
Yes.
what is this? And
the
then
other scenes are quiet. Yes.
oh my god, more just action. Fuck, I don't care. Like that's where I'm
I'm
at. So I'm just like,
constantly.
I need more than that.
I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, what parts am I gonna have to shut my brain off so that I don't get angry?
I gotcha.
Here it comes.
Did you see John Wick 4?
That was okay. But most of the time I'm like, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So
Did you
can't
see John Wick?
complain.
Did you see John Wick 4?
No, not gonna see that.
Good.
That's where
because
I'm at.
Honestly, so it's funny. So I watched it and I've seen the other 3, and I think the first one's fine. I don't think it's great. It's fine. It's fine. Second and third one, really lame to me, to be honest. There's barely any story. The character doesn't get fleshed out at all. And then in this one,
I still think the second one's pretty good. It's a pretty good expansion. I felt like.
I don't know. I'll rewatch all of them again one of these days, but I don't even remember that much details about the second film, and I saw that like a year ago. Like, I don't know, nothing about it sticking out that's like, yes, that's memorable to me. And I don't know, it's like in this one,
I just felt like they sold out.
I guess I feel
That's
like
how I felt.
they're just making scenes. They're just making fight scenes,
Mhm.
but there's nothing else.
Yeah.
They're just, like they're just making fight scenes, and I'm like, I guess that's fine. But if there was more substance with this sandwich, then I'd like it. But it's just
Yeah.
the fight scenes, and I'm like, yeah, there you could show me fight scenes online out of context, and as a kid, I would have loved that. Like I used to fast forward to Attack of the Clones, the Jedi battle. I would have fast forward to the battles in Lord of the Rings and 300, but like now I need to have better context and substance while there's a fight going on, so there's not just look at the pew pews and look at the fighting, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. Because then I'm also breaking down the fighting and what's happening, and I'm getting actually more angry because a lot of it is good, but then a lot of it's shit too. So it's like, but a lot of people don't really pay attention to it that way, and they have bulletproof suits that make it look so stupid. Oh, I'm getting shot at. I'll just lift this over my head all the time, and like he can always get headshots on people. Nobody can get him. These are all assassins, and he's just way better than the best. He's like a superhuman. He falls out of three-story buildings. He falls out of 3-story buildings and just walks away. He gets hit by like 7 cars in this movie, and he's fine. He gets shot at, and there's not even a bruise. He's just like, whatever. And I'm just like, he falls down literally like 200 stairs. He falls down a huge staircase thing, and then off of another floor as well. He gets thrown around, but he's still fine, and he still kicks everybody's ass. And it's like, so he's not like a superhuman. Like, I don't. He could probably beat Captain America.
Make sense. Yeah, I would have been angry if I went there to that movie.
Yeah, I was so weird. He's like, he texts me and he's like, I'm going to see John Wick 4. I'm like, why?
I wanted to see. I wanted to see if I'm going to be wrong, because everybody was saying that there's a lot of good character and story in this. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. There's a better attempt at character. There's a better attempt at character with the character,
but it's not
Kane.
good.
Right. It's like it's an attempt, but it's not good. Yeah, it's shit.
Yeah.
So don't see.
But I think the only thing I can say about it ultimately is that Keanu Reeves, I respect the guy,
Me too.
So I don't really hate on it too as much as I probably would. had
It's
I not
like,
liked Keanu as much as I do.
I can respect Tom Cruise, but I don't give a fuck about Top Gun. Like, which is probably a hot take. Like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
saw
the
it
same
and I'm
way.
just like, I saw it and I'm
Top
like,
Gun 2 sucks.
I saw the first one and I'm like, I don't understand the hype for this, but it's like, oh, but in
Yeah.
its time, it was so. Well, congratulations! It's not timeless to me. I don't know. It's just like I don't care.
Yeah,
This is such a I don't care movie.
I couldn't get into it when I was a kid, and everybody said I was crazy, and I
You
still
are.
can't really.
You
I
are.
think
You're both
yeah,
crazy.
that's
Top
what
Gun
people
is,
say.
is
That's
goddamn
what people say. I just
America.
couldn't.
You're just
Yeah.
you're ISIS.
Okay.
Get out of this country.
If I'm ISIS, then I think you guys are fine. So America will be okay if that's the case. But,
Yeah, it was just too much for me. You know, it was so boring
Too
in the beginning. Like
much.
I was like, where is the action? And then just a whole bunch of training, isn't it? I mean, I literally couldn't make it through the movie.
Wow.
And then by the end, I'm sure the attack goes on, but
I feel like I disliked it for different reasons. I didn't really like the character. I didn't really care what was going on, the way they presented it. A lot of scenes felt just goofy, but a lot of people think it's probably cool. I don't know. just
it's
like
fucking awesome.
Just like it's whatever to me. But
I see. It's a
high,
vibe.
it's too high tea for y'all. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too good. Too good cinema for sure. Yeah.
I might have to give it a second chance.
You will.
Just the
You do.
original. Just because I have a better appreciation for old stuff now than I used to.
Yeah. Yeah, we're that way right now. We just watched the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the newer ones, recently again.
Dude, I always liked the Mark Wahlberg one though.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
We like that one too.
liked
Actually, we like that one too. That one's good. We kind of wish we wish there was more material with it. That was interesting.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I saw that one in theaters. I loved it.
Although it's like, how is there an ape Abe Lincoln?
Yeah, the way they end it doesn't make as much sense, but you know, it's whatever.
I still like it. I don't know why. I just like that they
everything but the ending is pretty
formula.
good.
It's good, and the ape characters, you know, like the history they try to have with their little bloodline, and the way that they look like a much better version of the old apes, essentially from the first films, like a good version of that. It doesn't look all like that, and it wasn't all CGI, but the CGI ones in the reboot trilogy is good.
Especially the second and third one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the CGI. It's like I would put, if I had to rank CGI,
the first one was
it would be Avatar 2, War for the Planet of the Apes, and then probably Endgame.
Yeah, we're saying that the CGI was good in the reboot ones, that it was really good.
They were good. It lost me too. The second one was cool, but like I just had such little faith in like the human characters and the ape characters. I don't know why. It just something about that just really threw me off. I think I saw the third one. It was cool, but
that's
I don't know.
Funny.
It was just so bland.
It's actually funny because he and I we only watched it again because we got into an argument about which one was better, the second or the third one in that little series, and my memory was telling me the second one was better. And the last one was crap, but but then we're gonna settle it, and so we watched them again. The second one's fine, but the plight of the humans they could have made better. But it was like, oh, we need power, we're desperate, and it's like, that's not as much of a thing.
We will die without electricity.
Yeah, it was like, that's kind of a lame thing. And then like
it just makes me dread it so much. I get so dreaded like watching them, you know.
Yeah, but like the first and
because you know what's gonna happen.
The first and second half, though, or like the first and second act, are pretty good regardless of that. But then the third act just goes into like, oh, we're going into battle and it's crazy and we're apes and we're firing guns and whatever, and it's like, oh, this is kind of dumb. And then in the third one, though, it's really good. I thought I hated it on my first watch, but rewatching it again with more film-centric mind, it's fucking great. Like. It's fucking great, and it's slow.
I like the ending of it.
Yeah, it's really good, and it makes a lot of sense. And even Woody Harrelson's character, he's the bad guy, but you can understand him. He's got a good goal there. It's. I think it's worth the rewatch. It's really good.
Isn't Gary Oldman in it too, or is that the second one?
Yeah, that's the second one.
The second one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both good. I still like the first of the best, though. I don't know why.
It's funny. I don't know. Out of the trilogy here, I feel like it's the least best, or it's second. It's better than Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, actually, it's interesting because
It
like
just leaves me feeling hopeful,
right.
The other ones don't make me feel hopeful at all.
What do you feel about
Normally I don't like that, but
what do you feel about the original Planet of the Apes films? The original
the
ones.
original
There's
one
5
is
of them.
really good. Yeah, I watched all of them, but the rest of them kind of just were shit. But they
Yeah.
were okay for the time. But
Yeah.
the first one was really good. I mean,
They
that's
great.
another movie that got me into old movies. It's like, wow, that was crazy good. That was like from '70s. Wow, I got to check out more old movies.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Yeah.
it started with that. I watched that a long time ago and it was I was spending it at a friend's house and he had it on VHS. I'm like, wow, I've heard so many good things about that. I threw it in the VHS. Everybody was sleeping. I just watched it by myself.
Good. Yeah. It's fucking awesome. Great concept, especially for its time. Very good. What, Angus, didn't you say that it came out a year before we landed on the moon?
Oh, Planet of the Apes? Yeah.
Yeah.
68.
Yeah. So it's probably an
68.
awesome
Yeah.
concept. But this is funny because like with this trilogy and the old Planet of the Apes, I mean, and even the Tim Burton one, it's like Planet of the Apes is one of the ones where I can't definitively say that the original is the best. I can't say which one is the best, but I say that it has probably the best concept, but it's also based off an adaptation specifically. So it's like I don't know. I feel like
most ballsy.
They all have a lot of
them.
qualities. I mean, the reboot, the trilogy one, takes the idea. It's not a full on reboot of like they start it in the opposite direction with and go the opposite
That's
way.
what's cool about it. Yeah.
And it does it in a way that makes some kind of sense. It gives a lot of respect to the original without copying it too much. There's some little nods to things that are similar, but it's not like wrecking it either. I'd say it's one of the best reboots of like a film franchise. And so it's hard for me to say.
Is, yeah.
And based on the technology that's around now and based on what was around then, they're equally good in their own ways. Like I can't say that the original is just the best flat out, but I can't say the sequels are better either. So to me, they're kind of tied for different reasons.
Yeah, I'm a little biased just because I like old stuff so much. So I watched that one. It's like a time capsule versus the CGI one. It's like, yeah, I'm going to see that for the rest of my life. That I watched that one. I'm like, wow, look at that ship. How much hours did they spend on this one stupid ship that's clearly fake, but they tried so damn hard. I just respect the shit out of that. That's what I love. And it's like, wow, look at what they thought it would look like. Stuff like that. That is like just mesmerizing to me.
Well, yeah, I feel like that time period was good for capturing imagination of what future technology can be. But I feel like the sequels do good, or the reboots do good at, like with this one, with this trilogy, do good at utilizing the advanced technology that we have to make the apes look really good. Like that's I don't know.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like they get credit for that too, because it's not easy. Because you see most CGI kind of sucks. But a lot of CGI in some things can be really fucking good. And I feel like that's not easy to do. And the actors that are doing it as well in the mocap suits and all that, they're still acting and they got to capture it through the CGI as well. And it's like, that's not probably that simple. Like the amount of work that goes into that, it's probably insane.
Yeah. But, well, again, to credit like old stuff, I watched AI, artificial intelligence, recently, mostly because of a movie review. But yeah, freaking kind of blows me away because the CGI back then, like even Terminator 2 and stuff, like it hasn't improved to the point where I can respect it enough. That's my problem with it. Because it's like even back then they were really making these huge leaps, and we haven't seen these crazy leaps to me. Like they've been like some good improvements here and there, but at the same time, they've done so much damage to the actual impact of the film that I don't respect half the CGI I see. And that's why I avoid so many movies, really.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends. What if there was what if there's many films that you watched that you had no idea that there was CGI in it? Like
that would maybe change my perspective.
Because it's like there's not as many. I guess a lot of the films that have the bad CGI is they have that be a huge focal point. Is like here's just the huge CGI monster, and they don't do that many things to try to blend it properly, or
Right.
have some parts to have some shots look real or something, like with the T-Rex or something. Like there's CGI on Jurassic Park, but they use animatronics as well, and that's like a perfect example of utilizing both.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's what I mean though. Like those, the fact that they use the CGI and I didn't notice it for so many years, like the few raptor shots and stuff.
yeah.
I'm like, wow, like that's so good for 99 or whatever.
Part
How
of
the
that
hell
was
do they
because
do that?
part of that was because they
It's the
show
lighting.
it's a mind trick. Well, not just the lighting. When they show the animatronic head, like that's there, or the feet
Yeah, it's a
and
good
the
mind
tail,
trick, exactly.
Like, and then they cut to a full body picture. It your mind
Yeah.
is like, oh well, yeah, that's I
It's
know what
an
this looks
illusion.
like. It's real, yeah, kind of.
That's what I
Thing is-
mean though. It's like they planned it so well to do all that, and now they kind of just skip that. It's like, it's good.
Yeah, they go
That's
for
how I
quicker. They
kinda
go
feel
for
about it.
more quicker stuff. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's like Avatar, whether or not you like the second one or not, they do really good at like making these huge alien blue people look. You're not thinking, look at the CGI monstrosity in front of me for the most part.
Yeah.
Or like they get mud on their face, and it looks like they got mud on their face. They're in the water, and you're not going, God, this stupid animation. It's like that's
James
impressive
Cameron.
as fuck.
That's what I mean. James. Well, yeah, I probably should see that one just for that aspect of it. But James Cameron is one of the few that I feel like is actually him, and I guess George Lucas. But
yeah,
even George Lucas is kind of.
Yeah, he can have bad days.
I think he was more of like the experimental guy, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Angus, are you alive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're quiet for a little bit, so I wasn't sure.
No, I'm just letting you carry on.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
don't have anything to add.
have you seen AI, artificial intelligence?
No, I did watch K-Pax and I fucking hated it.
Oh yeah, I remember. I suggested that one a lot to you.
What year did AI come out?
2001, right before 9/11. Actually, I mean, crazy. It's like in June.
Well, you know what this tells me? 9/11 is directly caused by AI being released. This was our karma.
Yep.
They had an AI. They had an AI disease, and the
focal point in history.
Yep.
It was pretty good though.
That's good. I might check that out.
Well, it's an interesting one to say the least. I don't know. I actually don't know what to think about it fully.
I got you. Yeah, there's some films that I see that I'm like, I don't know what opinion to have, because it's like I'm still processing it sometimes with some films.
Yeah, no, it was written by apparently Stanley Kubrick, but directed by Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
So it's kind of like
before.
You never seen AI? You never heard of it?
No. Mattuine. I feel like I've seen him.
Oh.
Where do I know that?
Yeah,
name?
that looks kind of familiar.
Why do I know that name?
What?
Yep. But
yeah, I just kind of watch it because it's supposed to be like a deep, like multiple layers to it. So that's kind of why I'm a little bit like, I don't know what to think, because it is kind of a lot to think about in a sense.
Yeah, a lot of films back then just had ideas of like, well, what could be and what might be, and based on what we have, what could be the future. And so it's fun to see what imagination takes them.
Yeah, and that's definitely what I do like about it. So I guess ultimately I really like it for that.
Yeah, I feel like that's what gives Planet of the Apes its quality too, is that it's the idea of like, well, could this happen? I mean, based on what we know, or what if this and this does happen, where that could happen? So it's interesting to see where people's minds go when it comes to that stuff. But yep, I gotta be heading out here pretty soon. Probably got like 10 more minutes for me.
Is there anything else you guys been watching or anything?
I'm rewatching Attack on Titan so I can be fresh with the new part of season 4. I'm loving it because I'm in season 1, so I'm in like the second half of season 1 where like they changed the intro, and the female Titan has wrecked the scouts, and I didn't appreciate it the first time this element of like I was telling Ricky about it. So like Aaron, this main character, have you watched it at all?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like Aaron, is so gung ho to join the Scouts. He wants to be a soldier, and he remembers being so happy seeing the Scouts, and then people are like mocking their efforts, like, "Oh, you should just stay safe in the walls." Well, I don't know why they go out there with the
Mhm.
Titans, and he's like fucking angry and hot headed and wants to like hit these people. And Mikasa's like, Aaron,
Yeah.
stop. And then like now it like comes full circle where he's seen the carnage firsthand of what the Scouts go through trying to like help this never-ending fight against the Titans and trying to
Mhm.
find humanity's freedom on what turns out to be Paradise Island. But I don't know, I appreciate like the depth of like the view of war, and specifically through Aaron's character. And right now I'm dealing with Annie and her and the MPs. I'm just like taking it in the second time around a lot more than I was the first time. And I loved it the first time, but I remember watching
Yeah.
season 4 when it starts and where Aaron is and the Jaegerists and all that. Because I remember like I kind of just fell out of watching it, and then this friend's like, "You watch Attack on Titan, dude? It's like Aaron becomes Hitler." I'm like, "Dude, that sounds awesome." That's all you had to tell me, and boom, I'm there.
That's funny.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's up,
I stopped at a
Phantasmagorical?
certain point.
I don't know if this must be the Comicsgate channel. Yeah, I just so do because I look up Comicsgate, I keep seeing your ads, so I plan to peruse your. And I saw you in the chat, Jimmy Reyes today. I saw you in Jimmy Reyes chat. Yeah, I love Jimmy. Yeah, swing by here. I got Tuesday Comicsgate, not just Comicsgate, but so far it's just been Comicsgate streams. That's my focus, but I do want to get like Kickstarter people and whatnot. I want to be bigger than just Comicsgate because I like the format, but I am partial. I like what you're doing with your ads. But yeah, we're actually going to head out soon. Anything in the works, Curtis?
No, just daily stuff. I'm keeping it simple. Otherwise, I'll just get overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's where I am
I
with
feel ya.
the YouTube. It's enough just keeping up with making the streams right now, but I do want to get back to content at some point. It's just like putting the time in to do it is my
The
problem.
only content I really put out is reaction videos, and I don't know if mine has been put out yet, but there is. If it hasn't, there is a movie reaction coming out on Boyhood.
Boyhood.
Okay.
That won an Oscar, didn't it?
Yeah. I'm sure it did. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
I was expecting that. Yeah, it sucked. Someone to react about it.
No, it was. Yeah, I only choose movies that I'm like pretty sure I'll like.
Yeah, I was telling Rookie like I am very good at just autumn. So I was telling him like I'm so glad like why I'm so hard on 65 because I was almost duped to see it, not by Rookie, but just the trailer. I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I just start hearing on Twitter all this talk about how it sucks and the reviews. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then I look into it, I'm like, oh. And then like everyone around the ether of movie talk is like, fuck this movie. And so I'm like,
I'm the only one that's like, it's
funny,
not
though.
good, but it's not horrible.
and, well, the thing is,
I've been fooled.
I've been fooled like I can like being cognizant film watcher into reviews and stuff, film criticism. Lego Movie tricked me in the sense that I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh, that's just gonna be a cheap fucking promotional ad, and then it turns out it's an amazing movie. And so I got fooled by the trailer, and then once
I heard everybody was like,
oh, I was just saying 65. I saw the trailer, I was sold, and then I heard the best of it, and it saved me money. Because like I take it personal when a movie sucks, because I spent money on it usually, and so I'm very
that's
hard on
weird though. Like it got me reversed because I'm like, oh, I probably wouldn't have liked it, but now I keep hearing that it sucks. Now I'm actually curious. I'm like, wait, would I have liked it?
And it's funny because
usually when everybody hates it, I like it. So maybe now I'm like curious.
There's definitely some problems in the film, very much, but I feel like everybody came in expecting it to be Adam Driver's going to shoot dinosaurs. Wow, like that's the expectation. So it's like damper that a bit, and that's and I think that'll help. And like the fact that it's not based on an adaptation, it's not a sequel to anything, it's not a franchise, it's an original film with 4 characters in it, but basically 2 characters in it the whole time. that's pretty
So they're
good for what
trying
they're
to
doing
build
So it's
something.
pretty woke, what you're saying.
here. Yeah, it's 50-50, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty
So
but there's technically 3 women in it, I guess. But yeah, whatever. Basically
okay.
but yeah, I'd say it's worth it to at least check it out once. But yeah, it's not gonna it did horrible. Its first weekend made half its budget. Second weekend was still like short $1 million to make its budget. So it's
Rookie, there is a
yeah.
very minimal cast film that we're gonna watch. It's gonna be on our playoff bracket
Okay.
for sure. Moon
Okay.
stars Sam Rockwell, and Kevin Spacey is the voice of the AI on this moon facility that Sam Rockwell's like on a tour on, and it's awesome.
I was gonna say the shortest
It's
one
an
that
interesting one, yeah.
the shortest one that comes to mind that I've seen is probably Castaway, but he does end up interacting with other people though, and he at the beginning. But I guess for most of the movie, he's by himself.
Yeah, okay, so I love Castaway. When I was a kid, my dad picked me up, and so he's a fucking retard. He's someone that like, so I'm from New Mexico. Like as a kid, I was born in New Mexico. He was in the Air Force, so I was born at that Air Force base outside Clovis, and he's someone that he'll waste the money for like a 2-3 hour drive to get a free vet dinner at like a Denny's. So like this is his rationale. So I'm from like southern Oklahoma, and he'd pick me up like an hour away where my mom and stepdad where we lived, and we went all the way outside of like North Dallas because the tickets were cheaper at the theater. So this is rational. So I saw like 4 movies in like 2 days, which was crazy because back this is like 2003. People just didn't go to the movies all the time. You know, it was like, oh, you put the, especially where I'm from, you had to go at least like 30 minutes or an hour to a theater. So
like a once a month thing at best.
Yeah, at best. And so there's like a year I saw like 10, 12 movies. That was crazy because maybe I'd see like 2 in a year at the theater. And anyway, one of the movies we saw was Castaway, and we told my mom I saw Scooby-Doo because they were supposed to take me, but then like for whatever reason they thought not because I'm too small or whatever at the time. I was probably like 7 or 8 when it came out, and we ended up seeing it. And I remember I was so taken away by like the whale scene because I love whales. I'm like, oh, what's that? And it's quick, you know, scene, but
yeah,
that was like the big impression for me. He's like, fuck, there's a whale in it. Yes. And but I've always watched it the older I've gotten, and I fucking love that movie. And what's crazy is I watched the commentary. All right. So the beginning, the package, all right, with the symbol on it, the importance of that. So
yeah,
Tom Hanks is all about time, you know, he's all like on a schedule. He's got to hit his deadlines, and that's like he's an efficiency manager essentially for FedEx. And then he, you know, has the shit happen. He's stuck on an island for 4 years. He kept the one package. All right. Now there's this little subplot that you don't really pick up on because you think it's just about delivery. So you see like this random guy in a cowboy hat in Russia. Well, that package that he gets is salsa. So the wife, the guy's having an affair, and their marriage is on the fritz. The woman sent salsa to like spice up the marriage. It's like a symbol. But Tom Hanks never opened it because it's the last package. And so this is like his one reason for living. Aside from like his girlfriend, his fiance, he's got to deliver this final package. That's his mission. That's like a undercurrent. That's like his like something that calls him back home. It keeps him from killing himself. And there's like the illusion that that girl's going to like hit him up or something, chase after him because he delivered the package years later. So there's like a sense of hope at the end that is unsaid by the film. But it's funny because the joke was with that package, like, what if there was a satellite phone and he never fucking opens it? He could have just got off the island, but he refused to open the last package. That's like a film joke.
It was if you were abandoned on an island, open this and do this and you'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Kind of ruins the illusion.
If that's what happened.
Think about it like that.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but God, that movie's so fucking good. And you know what's crazy? That film has more CGI than like a lot of films of its time that were like obviously CGI, because the way like they had to add rocks and stuff. Like they had to add just like terrain to the island
Yeah.
with CGI. And so
Wow.
it's just kind of crazy because you don't notice it. Besides the well
Yeah.
scene and maybe like the crash sequence, there's nothing that's like, oh, that's CGI. The
Yeah.
waves,
The
sure,
fish
like
in the water.
him in the store, yeah, that are in the
The fish in the
storm.
spear.
Yeah, like that's CGI. That clearly,
But-
but otherwise, you don't think like, oh,
Yeah,
there's some
otherwise you-
CGI.
yeah,
So
you
was
don't
it
think
really
about it.
Tom Hanks
Yeah.
falling out of an airplane? No.
Dude, Beverly Hillbillies, they have that gag where it's like, oh, let's see that movie with this guy. It's like, no, he died in that movie. And so they think he's actually dead.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
they're
Yeah.
retards. They think if
Yeah.
you die in a film, like they caught you dead for real.
Yeah.
They're too stupid.
You
to
ever
realize,
seen
like,
that
they're
movie?
actors.
You ever seen that movie, The Stupids, with
No, never
Tom
heard of it.
Arnold? It's
It's
kind of like that. It's an old one. I fucking loved it as a kid. There's a scene where he's in the garage and he's like trying to chase after this guy that's getting away, and he's looking at his options, and he's like, he looks at the car, he's like 4 wheels. Looks at the bike, he's like 2 wheels, and he looks at the rollerblades, he's like 8 wheels, and he just. That's the way. It's just the stupidest
wins.
fucking movie.
That's
ever.
literally the logic.
Oh,
in
boy.
Jurassic, that's literally the logic in Jurassic World. We need
It's
more
fucking
teeth.
bad.
It's like
The
It's a
budget.
good one though.
The
You
budget
might get a
of
kick out of it, out
Okay.
of how ridiculously bad it is.
Okay.
John Landis.
And I know I did.
Let's see. John, I know this name. John Landis. Let's look at some of the name.
Are you looking at the cast? Or are you looking at that movie?
John Landis. So John Landis was a producer on The Lost World, not Jurassic Park, but he was the director of 3 Amigos. He is executive and writer on Clue, the Twilight Zone movie. He directed the Blues Brothers, Animal House. So this guy's got a fairly big name, and he did Blues Brothers 2000. Yeah, this is the director of The Stupids. The plot.
Oh, really?
So the budget was $25 million. Guess how much it made?
How much?
$2.5 million.
Wait. Oh my god.
It made a tenth
Horrible.
of its budget.
Oh,
It is a
wow,
film that
I
follows
see
the
it.
fictional family, the Stupids, with the last name synonymous of their behavior. The story begins with patriarch Stanley Stupid believing Cinder from letters marked Return to Cinder is a wicked man planning a conspiracy. Adding several misunderstandings, they unwittingly save the world from military chaos while believing a fake story about a fictional man named Cinder and his plot to confiscate everyone's mail and garbage.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a pitch for a movie. Sure. Yeah.
It has 20% on Rotten Tomatoes as of 2017.
Pretty high.
Bruce Fretz of Entertainment Weekly gave it a grade F, calling it guaranteed 100% laugh free.
I like that it's a higher score than Velma. And
That's
stuff.
the only scene I can remember, really.
The problem
Off the top
with
of
The
my head,
Stupids is that it isn't stupid enough by half, wrote Variety, lacking both the sheer gross out humor of Dumb and Dumber and the carefully thought through tone of the Brady picks. So the Brady Bunch films.
It's not like Dumb and Dumber at all.
John
if you're trying to
Landis-
watch a movie like that.
John Landis said that they're saying like it's not dumb enough like
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber to be funny
It's-
or thoughtful
wow.
of like the Brady Bunch. John Landis said he was proud of the film. I'm happy to say it's very successful on TV and extremely successful on video because people buy it for their kids. It's meant for 10-year-olds. That really went under the radar, but I like that picture. And that one had a great
It really
score by
was.
Christopher Stone. I feel like
it's probably for kids.
Landis.
Maybe.
Wow, Max Landis is the kid to the director, and he's the guy who did Chronicle.
Wow.
So he did Chronicle.
Yeah,
Bright?
it got me as a kid though, that's for sure. I thought it was hilarious. So it might be. I have never seen it since. I always wanted to revisit it.
Might be
Awesome.
fun.
Well, we're gonna get out of here. It's good seeing you, Curtis. Thanks for supporting the channel, being in
Good
the chat
talking.
and stuff. Yeah, I guess I'll see you all around. And go sub to Sheila Aliens. And look forward to seeing you all next week. I don't know if I'll have a Comicsgate stream Tuesday. I gotta find a campaigner in the meantime. So possibly Tuesday you'll see me, but definitely be back Thursday with the rookie, the critic. And until next time, talk to you later.